And just as I finish one video, I start a new one. These are fantasy baseball strategies. So I already talked a little bit about strategies you can use in Snake and in Auction. These strategies you can really use for either or, head to head and Roto, even though they might favor one or the other. Um, and it's good to know these strategies mainly because you want to know if people are using them, and then by knowing that, you can actually, if someone's going pitcher heavy, you can get better hitters, or you can also know that they're going pitching heavy and then take a pitcher before them. So like I talked in one of my other videos, you want to be ahead of the run and not follow the trend, right? So you want to know that someone's going pitcher heavy and then beat them to a stud pitcher, an elite pitcher. Or you also want to know that people are going hitter heavy and then go pitcher heavy, and then that way you have a lot of elite pitchers, and the hitting pool actually dwindles because everyone's going hitter. So without that, let's talk about some of the strategies. One of the strategies that always gets thrown around, at least in the forums and everywhere else, is the 6-4 strategy. So in a 5x5 league, you have 10 categories, and with this strategy, you really want to be good in 6 of the 10 categories. So what you do is you get nothing but elite pitchers for all the ERA, the wins, quality starts, whatever you have, and then you get high stolen base guys to win that category. So you want to win in this. For this strategy, at least most people want to win all the pitching categories and one of the hitting categories. So the easiest hitting category to win would be stolen bases, because you can have guys like Rougned Odor, D. Gordon, a lot of guys that go late, Billy Hamilton, and you want to have a lot of good pitchers. So with this strategy, you might want to take a Clayton Kershaw first, and then a Max Scherzer second, and then follow it up with another pitcher, and then probably go with some closers to win saves. But that's really what you want to do. I don't really like this strategy myself. I like more of a best player available strategy, but that's besides the point, because this strategy can work, and that's why these are all up here, because they can work. This strategy also kind of goes with the pitcher heavy approach, because a lot of people like to win with the 6-4 strategy. They like to win the pitching categories. So some people really do like this strategy, and I'm not one of them. I really do like to make a lot of trades. With pitcher heavy and the strategy, you can actually corner the market in pitching and then make trades that way if you want to have a better hitting team. But it kind of leaves you one dimensional, and if one of your pitchers goes down, it's going to be a little hard. Also, I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, it'll be a little hard if one of your pitchers goes down, and you really don't want to put all your eggs in one basket to know that you want to win these 6 categories, because if somebody wins one of those categories, you're pretty much lost already. It's the same way you want to win all those categories, you're gonna lose that category if somebody just has a better week. So for that purposes, this works more for rotisserie than it does for head-to-head, because head-to-head is more volatile, and someone can easily snake one of those categories that you have already planned on winning. So rotisserie, because it counts throughout the whole year, this strategy is very viable, and a lot of people probably use this strategy in rotisserie and have great success with it. But for head-to-head, you might want to use a pitcher-heavy or a hitter-heavy strategy and still kind of do some best player available in between there. So I talked a little bit about the pitcher heavy. It's just taking elite pitchers early. The next one is hitter heavy, and this one is probably one of the biggest ones as of late. Mainly because pitchers have been on the rise as far as their numbers, and hitters have been on the decline. Also, there's a lot of articles going around that hitters are just a lot more consistent as pitchers are not, but that's not really true. A lot of people just like it's mainly the reason that people like football and don't like baseball. It's because they like people who score runs, and they like people who hit home runs and all that stuff. So that's why hitter heavy can be a lot more fun for people. I myself really like pitchers as much as I like hitters, but I just like winning in the long run. So the last one is probably one of the one that a lot of us use. It's just the best player available strategy, and in this strategy, you pretty much um, you want to get the best player at that's the dog's playing. You want to get the best player in that slot at your this, and this probably only works for standard because snake drafting and whatnot. But you want to get the best player available when it's your turn to pick. So if somebody misses out on, say, we're going top 10 and somebody doesn't really like Encarnacion because he's injured and he leaves him there for you, and you're at 10 and Encarnacion's ranked 6 or 5th or whatever, you take Encarnacion because he is the best player available, at least to you or on your rankings or whatever. So you with this strategy, you go into it with a certain, draft strategy, but when a player drops, you snag that player because he is the best player available. This is probably one of my favorite strategies, mainly because you do make a just overall good team, and it doesn't really, like a pitcher heavy strategy, it doesn't really bind you to those positions. You just take whatever's given, and it's probably the easiest one to execute as well, because while most people want to have a pitcher heavy strategy or a hitter heavy strategy, you're just going with, hey, whoever comes, I'm gonna get. That's just the way it's gonna go. And with this strategy, you do end up making some of the better teams, but you also have to realize that sometimes a player that's available isn't the best player in reality. So with a guy like Encarnacion, he could be the best player left there, theoretically, but to you there could be another better player. So you have to know when you want to reach for another player. That's where the strategy kind of gets a little hard to pull off. So you have to know whether you want to take the guy that's dropped or whether you want to go for your guy. So that's the best player available strategy. You just want to take it's pretty much self-explanatory. You just want to take the best player available, and those are 4 strategies that you can use in your draft. Try them out in mock drafts and see how they work for you. See what team you can get, and see if you like that team. But as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you like one of these strategies, leave a comment. See which one you like. Remember to subscribe and like. Thanks for joining. I will be making 2 more videos next week, as always, and I will probably be doing them after Thursday because I draft on Thursday, and I don't really want to give anything away because I'm gonna be doing spring training risers and people who have fallen alpha spring training and people who should just be picked ahead of their draft slot. So that will be for next week, and I will be working on that episode the whole week because I'm drafting on Thursday, like I said. Anyways, thanks for joining me. As always, thanks for watching. I'll be doing this all year, so strap on and enjoy the G's.